Coast. Other news we're following in Washington, D.C., the man arrested in connection with a White House shooting incident was in federal court today. He is actually charged with attempting to assassinate President Obama. CNN's Athena Jones is joining us. She's been covering this story for us. So what happened, Athena?
Well, you know, there was only about a 12-minute hearing there in a federal court in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know, he was captured there yesterday, about 65 miles outside of Pittsburgh. So the suspect appeared in court. He was heavily guarded by U.S. Marshals. His legs were shackled, his hands were handcuffed, and he was given this charge of attempting to assassinate the president. That charge carries a maximum sentence of life in prison and a $250,000 fine. And so he only spoke 2 words during the entire proceeding, and that's when the judge asked him if he understood what his defender was saying on his behalf. But just as interesting, Wolf, I should tell you, is this criminal complaint that we've seen with a sworn affidavit from an FBI agent, and we've learned a lot of details that we've been asking about these last few days. I'll just tell you about 2 of them really quickly. One is that we've learned that investigators found several confirmed bullet impact points on the south side of the White House building on or above the 2nd story. And now the 2nd and 3rd stories of the White House are known to be the residence of the first family. Investigators found several bullet fragments, and one of those bullets matched in size and weight and style the kind of bullets that were found in one of the 3 magazines in the car that Ortega Hernandez is alleged to have abandoned a few minutes after the shooting. 2 other points. One is that one of the witnesses said that they heard approximately 8 popping sounds. So that could be as many as 8 gunshots. And given the number of bullet impact points they found, that could be in line with that. Finally, we're learning a little bit more about motive. Several witnesses, authorities spoke with at least 3 witnesses who said that over the last year, Ortega Hernandez has become increasingly more agitated against the federal government, believing that the federal government was conspiring against him, and believing that it was President Obama himself who was the source of the problem. These witnesses said that Ortega Hernandez wanted to, quote, hurt President Obama, called him, quote, the Antichrist, quote, the devil, and said that he needed to be taken care of and that he needed to kill him. So very strong stuff, these details we're getting from this complaint, and we expect to hear more as the days go on.
And as you say, Athena, the president, first lady, they were not at the White House when this shooting incident Friday night occurred. Is that right?
The president was traveling, but still, these shots, of course, were stopped. This one shot that we know of was stopped by the ballistic glass there. But still, it's certainly of concern to authorities. And so we expect to hear more about this as we go on, Wolf.
It's a huge concern, as it should be.